Hello people, I'm back. So, today I want to talk geek. I want to talk Transformers. You would like it. Well, some of you will. I know a couple of you out there will. So, today was the newest episode of the Transformers animated series on Cartoon Network. By the way, you should know it's exclusive. Today's episode, the more I watch this series, the more I'm liking it, and the more I'm getting into it. And the story and the writing is actually really good. As I said, there was one guy who was like, but he's a douche and should be punished for being a douche. But anyways, this episode, you could just tell it oozes a fan service. Just at every corner there's some sort of fan service going on that nobody is quite realizing. I don't think just yet. But this episode introduces one of the least heralded characters in the Transformers universe, and that is the Junkions, specifically their leader Wreck-Gar, who from the 1985 movie knows that the Junkions are robots. They're created from junk. They're called Junkies because they live on the planet of junk, which is nothing more than a giant asteroid of all these scrap metal pieces clumped together. They learned to speak from watching TV. It originally was voiced by Eric Idle, but I'll get into that later. It's late at night, so I'm trying to think of what I'm saying. So, if you follow the story, the Autobots led by Optimus Prime, in charge of, of maintaining and keeping secure the Allspark come. It's protected, Megatron is revived, and the Allspark is destroyed and is broken into shards, which are then dispersed throughout the quote-unquote city of Denver. No, Detroit. Don't ask me why Detroit. I don't know. I'm not the person there. But Detroit in cars, it makes perfect sense. In a weird way. So, anyways, where was I? Oh yes. So of course, since these are fragments of the Allspark, just like Sari's key, they have the ability to bring sentient life to robots. So basically, a shard is in a trash barge. So hence, that's how Wreck-Gar is formed. He's created from junk, trash. And he emerges from the trash just like they do originally. And throughout the show, you see how Wreck-Gar finally comes into his own. But you see this how he learned from TV is in there as an homage. Because in this one, since he just came to life, he's more easily influenced. So they're being very much, if somebody says something, he pretty much takes that suggestion and runs with it, which would be just like them learning from, English from TV, because that's how they talked. They talked in TV and commercials. They talked in TV and commercials. That was the way they learned. They didn't really learn true language. And And this way of him being influenced by what anyone says sort of gives that nice homage to that. You know, how they learn to speak. This is how he's learning to be. Until the end of the episode. But we won't spoil the ending if you haven't seen it yet. But what's interesting is that all the robot forms are basically like their G1 counterparts, with the exception of Blitzwing and his triple personality. But the triple personality, I just think, adds to that character. You know, that the reason why he has, and how they explained it, the reason why he has two forms, because he has a split personality, and one could have decided between a plane and a tank, so he chose both. You know, so each personality chose one of them. You know, one personality chose the tank, the other one chose the plane. And that's why he's a triple changer. But as for But as I say, when they're robot forms, they look it's very, G1. The robot forms are very G1. Maybe a different art style. You know, the art style may be a lot different, a lot less straight lines and stuff. But we learned this from Lilo and Stitch, that softer lines can still make things look really evil. You know, you can do soft lines and still make things look really evil. No. So, anyways, you see him say a lot of things, such as when he mentions the universal greeting. All Transformers follow this. It's Grana Wheat Ninibon. And then you offer an Energon treat, and they reciprocate. But the one thing that I didn't notice, and I didn't actually get this until near the end, is the voice of Wreck-Gar in the new series. And you won't understand. He says a line. Ratchet tells him, "Are you stupid?" He's like, "Don't be stupid." And Wreck-Gar jumps over to him and says, "I dare to be stupid." And at that moment, I realized that, and it confirmed in the credits, the voice of Wreck-Gar in this episode is none other than the Weird Al Yankovic. Which, if anybody knows anything, the way the Junkies are introduced is Weird Al Yankovic, Dare to be Stupid, and starts playing. That's how they're introduced to everybody. And, that is fan service. Are you listening, Michael Bay and Tom DeSato? That is fan service. But they're probably not listening. They don't watch YouTube. They don't care. But if you are, that is fan service. That is what we love to see. Well, at least I do. But anyways, if you haven't seen it, catch it on Cartoon Network. Put it on your DVR. Go to Jetstream on Cartoon Network. They'll probably have it on there. If not, look, search YouTube for Transformers Animated. I guarantee you, you'll find the episode on here. So, but specifically, I'd like to find out what the two Transformers fanboys on, well, maybe just fans, maybe fanboys a little too hard. There's a little too much. The two fans on here. So, King Lepo, Jay Mitchell, if you're watching, I'd like to hear what your comments are on this, possibly in a video recording in response to this. I'll be waiting for it. To all the rest of you out there, bye.